Hey guys, today's video we will explain the difference between food processors and blenders. Although food processors and blenders share some functions, they are not interchangeable. Primarily, a blender is used to puree or crush ice. Use a blender if your final product is something you can drink, such as a mocktail, drizzle, or dip. In addition to pureeing, a food processor can slice, grate, shred, dice and more. As a general rule, use a food processor if the outcome will be eaten with a fork or spoon. Every blender and food processor is different and may include a range of varying accessories depending on the model. However, you can usually count on these factors when considering blenders versus food processors. Watch on for more detailed answers to your food processor versus blender questions, and when you can use either for great results. This video will help you choose the best tool for the job while exploring new recipes and techniques. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give us a like and share and subscribe. Before I start, as always, I'm placing a link on each product selection in the description of this video, so you can check out the latest pricing and availability for anyone you might be interested in. Also, if there are any special deals or discounts on each product, I'll include them in the description as well. Now let's get started. Blenders usually have one blade, tall jars, and are typically used for wetter recipes. Food processors, on the other hand, usually have multiple blades and wide work bowls and can usually shred and slice in addition to pureeing. Blenders have fixed blades, yes. Traditional blenders usually feature one blade at the bottom of the jar that cannot be switched out. This blade can feature multiple points at various angles that help thoroughly blend ingredients. This single blade is perfect for crushing ice, finely pureeing and even liquefying ingredients. Meanwhile, most food processors have multiple discs or blades. Many food processors come with multiple blades or discs. The blades are used to puree, chop, mix and sometimes knead in the work bowl. Some food processors also come with a whisk accessory that allows you to whisk, whip and stir. In-bowl blades and accessories usually slide over a drive adapter and a drive pin at the bottom of the bowl. Food processor discs sit at the top of the work bowl, below the feed tube and allow you to slice, shred, and sometimes dice as ingredients are pushed into the disc through the feed tube. Blenders have tall jars. A blender jar's tall sides help contain liquid recipes as they blend. The height and shape also help keep ingredients circulating throughout the jar, and blades for even blending. The pitcher-like jar usually features a handle and pouring lip or beveled edges, perfect for transferring liquid ingredients. While food processors have wide work bowls. Food processors feature wide, flat blades and discs to achieve specific cuts like slices or shreds. A wider work bowl gives the appliance space to process whole or larger ingredients like sweet potatoes, mashed potatoes, cucumbers, or graham crackers for graham cracker crust. Larger food processor bowls also provide more capacity for large batches. The last factor to consider the difference I want to note is size and capacity. The typical capacity of a food processor runs from 6 to 14 cups, and can sometimes be even larger. Blenders start at a smaller range of 2 cups for a personal blender, and can go up to around 14 cups for large commercial models. Choose a blender or food processor with a size that works best for your lifestyle. The setup for blenders versus food processors is actually quite similar. In most cases, both blenders and food processors feature a motor housed in a base. The container that holds your ingredients, a jar or work bowl, sits on top of this motor base and contains blades or discs that process or blend your food. You can use the appliances interchangeably for some recipes, though each one has certain tasks it handles better than the other. Blenders are best used for liquid recipes or silky smooth results. The blender's jar is tall and narrow, creating a vortex that draws ingredients downward toward the blades. Some blenders provide higher power compared to food processors. This enables faster blade rotation, breaking down tough ingredients for smoother results. Let me show you some common ingredients and recipes that work best with a blender. In general, if your recipe calls for ingredients that are mostly liquid or soft like a smoothie, sriracha sauce, or a pureed soup, a blender will be your best bet. In addition, if you are making something that you can drink or eat without chewing, use a blender instead of a food processor. If you are looking to warm and froth milk for your coffee, tea or cocoa, or to blend rice milk and spices for horchata, use your blender. The friction from the blades will warm the milk, and the aeration from the spinning blades and downward draw will create delightful bubbles and some light foam. You'll master the smooth and fluffy texture when you use your blender to mix ingredients for these. Create a classic chocolate mousse, make a refreshing lemon mousse, or put a new twist on a fruit-filled favorite with pear clafouti. When you want to make a creamy tomato soup, a smooth lobster bisque, or a unique spiced cantaloupe gazpacho, use your blender for silky smooth results. Try the KitchenAid Proline blender with thermal control jar to heat and maintain the temperature of your soups and warm sauces. Consistently mixing a hollandaise that won't break is easy in your blender and will make you the hero of your weekend brunch. A blender makes quick work of homemade applesauce and chutney. Add in cinnamon, berries, strawberries, carrots, or mango chunks for a pureed fruit blend that's all your own. Blenders are ideal for these frozen confections, as well as for making a delicious homemade whipped cream for topping. By adding different ingredients and controlling the amount of milk, you can create frothy shakes to drink through a straw, or thicker blends with chunks of fruit, cookies, or candy that you eat with a spoon. A simple immersion blender is optimal for single servings, or use your countertop blender for more than one portion. Food processors are best used for chunky results, as the blades rotate slower than a blender. The larger S-shaped blades produce precise cuts at slower speeds. Food processors have several blades to perform a variety of tasks. The feeder tube allows you to add a little at once, and to push or tamp the ingredients toward the blades. Learn more about how to use a food processor and what food processor to buy to create a range of recipes. Let me show you some common ingredients and recipes that work best with a food processor. Use the multi-purpose blade to quickly chop or mince onions, peppers, carrots, celery, and more. Switch to the slicing disc to make sliced cucumbers, carrots, cheese, or charcuterie. Get perfect slices for a sweet and savory vanilla bean sweet potato gratin. Although a blender can technically chop vegetables in small batches, it will create more liquid as it performs, which changes the consistency and presentation of your vegetables. Chopping progress is harder to monitor due to a much higher blade speed, even on low settings, which processes very quickly. Help slowly introduce young ones to more solid foods when you prepare fresh fruits, veggies, and more with your food processor. You can pulse ingredients to achieve chunkier results as you transition from smooth purees to sliced carrots and so much more. A blender and a food processor each allow you to explore new recipes, tastes, and textures with added ease. Each one offers specialized features that make them the best choice for certain tasks. Having the right small appliance to optimize your making is critical to bringing your recipes to reality. So that's all for our video about the difference between food processors and blenders that you may want to look into right away. If you got any questions on your mind about today's recommendations, go ahead and drop those in the comments below. I'll take some time to answer as many as I can. While you're down there, let us know what you think we should cover in our next video. What other products have you been on the hunt for? We'd love to help you on that hunt too. Thank you guys for joining me on this really fun video. Let me know by hitting that like button, subscribing to Consumer Buddy, and be sure to click the notification bell as well to always be the first to know when we have new content drop. Stay healthy, and I'll see you in another video real soon.